Hello, welcome to the American Foodie. So today I will be making seafood in white wine pasta sauce. So in most American restaurants this is known as a scampi sauce, but according to my Italian coworker, it's not really authentically scampi because scampi is actually a kind of shellfish that you only find in Italy. So in America it's often known as a shrimp or a scallop scampi, or in some cases they don't use seafood at all. You have things like chicken scampi. So anyway, I'll start by, so I have three medium-sized scallops here, and I have five shrimp here. So I'll start by, as my pan is heating up, I start by seasoning nicely with salt and pepper. And I toss the coat evenly. Okay, now they should be ready to go in the pan. Okay, so now that my pan is nice and hot, for this sauce, you actually do not want to use a non-stick pan. So this pan used to be non-stick, but yeah, that kind of that went away long ago. But in the case of this sauce, it does have its advantages. So first, I pour a glug of olive oil in there. Let the olive oil take a second to heat up. And at the same time, I also drop a little bit of butter in there. So that'll start melting very quickly. Coat the bottom of the pan. So the first thing I do is I drop the scallops in, because since the scallops are larger, they will take a little bit longer to cook. So these scallops are washed and dried, but even though they are dried, there's still a lot of water in them. So what you'll see is like the sizzling that you'll see is water coming out of the scallops. So what you want to do is you want to let all the water come out, because since these scallops are supposed to be seared and not boiled, so yeah, get all the water out and then wait another minute and then turn them over. Okay, I can see that one side is getting nicely brown, so now they can get turned over. Yeah, when I mean a nicely seared scallop, that's actually exactly what you want both sides to look like. And this time I could start putting the shrimp into my pan. Yes, you can already see the shrimp changing colors. This shows how quickly shrimp cooks in such a hot pan. Over. Also, as you can see, nothing is getting crowded in this pan, so you don't want, that way everything's getting cooked nicely. And now I think the scallops can come out, actually. See, that's a very nicely seared scallop there. And the shrimp will need another couple minutes. Okay, so now it looks like the shrimp is ready to come out of the pan. So out they go. Okay, and in my pan that is still very, very hot, I drop in 2 chopped cloves of garlic. And then I give that a second to cook. Yeah, now that it's getting... Okay, I can turn the heat down a little bit actually. Yeah, the garlic is already getting quite cooked, so now what is I take my California Sauvignon Blanc to give you an idea of how Americanized this is. Pouring a good glug of that. Then make that pan up. Let this reduce. So the reason you don't want to use a non-stick pan is that some of the seafood is supposed to get stuck to the pan, so this way when deglazing with the white wine, the all that wonderful flavor that gets stuck to the pan gets washed up into the sauce. Okay, so now my white wine has turned into a nice brown sauce. So now I can just drop my seafood back in for a little bit to get them coated nicely. Can I shut the heat off at the same time? Okay, now that my pasta is done cooking, I can take it out of the pot and then put it into mix it up with my sauce with using exactly the same procedure I've shown you how to do with my tomato sauce. So yep, that was just some of the pasta water I splashed in there. Okay, I think that should be done. Let's give it a quick taste test. Properly al dente. So now I plate it. And what I do now is that I top with some chopped parsley. A good Parmigiano Reggiano. Good grind of pepper. And a splash of extra virgin olive oil. And there you have it. That is my seafood and white wine spaghetti. Enjoy.